My name is Suhani. I'm from Calgary, which is in Alberta. It's a prairie-ish province near the Rockies in Canada. I went to UBC, which is University of British Columbia. I went to the Okanagan campus. I graduated in 2021. I chose to do an internship here at IASIS. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, because I did my undergraduate studies in microbiology, and I decided that I wanted to go into a master's program in genetic counseling. So I have a biological and genetics microbiome background, but I really wanted to get more counseling and psychological and sociological support background, a bit more exposure to counseling in that area, to help kind of bridge those two departments, to help me in genetic counseling, because you're working in healthcare, which combines of both those fields. So when I was looking for opportunities, unfortunately there aren't as many hands-on or shadowing opportunities in the region that I'm from, especially around Calgary, just because of the way that there's a lot of difficulty to get shadowing opportunities where I am, but there are other volunteering opportunities. So when I was looking for options, I decided to look abroad, and I found this particular internship. So what I really liked about it is that it allowed me to learn about different types of psychological and sociological support systems that are available internationally in different cultures. This is my first time in Greece, my first time in Athens. So I was able to learn a lot about the culture, the people, how diverse it is. I did not realize how diverse Athens is, and how populated it is compared to where I'm from. We have a fraction of the amount of people that we do here in this city. There was a lot of similarities I noticed as well, because I was born in India. So I've visited Mumbai and Bangalore many times throughout my life. So there's a lot of cultural similarities between Indian cities and Athens, and I have noticed between Calgary and Athens. So I think it was easier for me to adjust, get used to the city life, the transit, the people, the communication style. It was also very helpful that a lot of people spoke English here. So I think that people here are generally very open and very kind and very expressive. I've noticed that's very different from where I'm from. So some things that I found interesting during my internship is, because I don't speak Greek, I had to rely a lot upon non-verbal cues, so a lot of facial expressions, a lot of social cues, things that I would not necessarily be able to tell based off of the language, but looking at inflections and the way that people are speaking rather than what they're exactly saying. I've also had support with other interns and volunteers who were able to translate for me. But in the moments that I wasn't able to, I feel like you can learn a lot based off of how people behave, based off of their social cues, the way that they interact with one another and other volunteers and social workers and psychologists here. And I could see the changes from the beginning of a group activity towards the end. For some people, it was an increase in their mood. They were more social towards the end. They felt better towards the end. For others, it was a gradual progress. It was very subtle, and it was you have to really be paying attention to their social cues in order to see a difference. But it was noticeable. Another thing that I found very interesting is the similarities in the different types of psychosocial supports that are available here and in Canada. So things like CBT, group activities that have to deal with mood, social cues, social skills, some of similar group activities like having an exercise component to deal with physiological side of mood, but then also have talking in a group, introductions, styles of activities, the questions, the workbooks are very similar to types of group activities that I've seen in other psychosocial support groups in Canada. So I thought that was really interesting, how despite being miles and miles apart, completely different country and culture, it's a lot of the practices for the types of supports are very similar, and it's very applicable because at the end of the day, we're all humans and we all need very similar things. Not sure if I'm forgetting anything. Very happy with the internship coordination here. They were very accommodating. We got lots of support. If I had any questions, I was able to ask, get direct answers very quickly as well. So I didn't necessarily feel like I was just thrown in the middle of nowhere. That was very helpful. And I did really enjoy my stay here. I think that people are generally very helpful if I got lost or if I had questions about certain things or didn't understand what was going on. I could just ask, and then there was no fear or no judgment, at least none that I could perceive. Thank you so much.